Iberian Peninsula destroys many important Kabbalist centers, for example, Toledo or Toledo. But it also creates a dispersion into 3 continents that establishes new Kabbalistic schools. A new map of Jewish communities emerges. For example, there's 4 centers in North Africa where Iberian refugees preserve the purity of the original Spanish Kabbalistic traditions. In Italy, the Kabbalah meets the Renaissance and is infused with Neoplatonic elements. In the Ottoman Empire, Spanish Kabbalists come into contact with far more ancient Kabbalistic trends from the Hellenistic era that give rise to ecstatic components and theories. For example, the transmigration of souls and cosmic cycles. Now, in Palestine, under the Ottoman Empire's rule, 2 Kabbalistic centers emerge. One is in Jerusalem, where after the destruction of Spanish Jewry and the increasing horror of exile, Jewish mysticism becomes linked to Jewish messianism. And the second center of the Kabbalah, Safed, where a great revival of mysticism takes place. In Safed, a cultural blossoming emerges, where a community of exiles liberated from the danger of extinction give expression to a creative outburst that had been stifled essentially by centuries of persecution. The population of Safed swells in the 15th and 16th century. Now, Safed is a holy place, a town that is devoted to the spiritual life, with daily charity and communal holidays. It was a thriving community of artisans, farmers, tradesmen, teachers, that was modeled on the ancient Essene commune system of socialist ideal of cooperation. The town is perched on the face of a green mountain overlooking the Hula Valley. It was filled with ochre-colored houses and blue-painted synagogues. The synagogues were filled with oriental rugs, pewter chandeliers, mahogany altars, and circular benches. Kabbalist masters performed miracles in the streets. They dressed in white. They danced. They sung with vine leaves in their hair. Families would gather en masse for joyful, mystical celebrations of the Sabbath Queen. Singing and dancing in Safed was a means of elevating the soul to the celestial. The nigun, the melody, becomes a major element that helps to ascend to a higher mystical reality. Now, the Safed Kabbalah develops in 2 stages. A rather joyful doctrine by Moses Cordero. There's a book, The Garden of Pomegranates. This becomes a very popular system with the masses. And a second stage, Isaac Luria Ashkenazi, who comes to Safed from Egypt in 1570. He dies young. He dies at about age 38. Now, Isaac Luria has very, very complicated theories. And it's taught. These theories are taught only to a small circle. But his ideas soon spread to Jerusalem and Damascus. This is known as Lurianic Kabbalah. Now, let's get into this, the theories of the Lurianic Kabbalah for a couple of minutes here. Now, the role of the people of Israel in the nature, the role of the people of Israel in a murderous and cruel world. The nature of exile, the relationship between the endlessly deferred redemption of the Jews and a benevolent God. Lurianic ideas bring on a radical change in the nature of Kabbalistic thought. For example, God, in order to make room for the world, yielded space that his own presence once filled. God himself goes into exile. Divine attributes, appearances, emanations continue to fill shapes and vessels of worldly appearances, but these vessels are unable to contain the divine light and break or shatter. The divine sparks scattered throughout the universe and mix with earthly existence. Creation / the cosmos has gone through a terrible catastrophe. The universe, God himself, is one vast exile. But this cosmic catastrophe can be corrected. This primal flaw can be mended. The task of the Jews, according to Lurianic Kabbalah, is that they must correct themselves with proper observance of the law. Observance of the law has cosmic significance and will free the entrapped sparks of divine light and ensure redemption, the coming of the Messiah. The sparks in this theory are almost free, and an end to the darkness will soon come. Now, by the time of Moses Cordevo and Isaac Luria Ashkenazi, which is the peak of Safed, the late 16th century, these gentlemen who conceived these new bold theories with their new terminology and complex new systems, well, the Kabbalah breaks out of the narrow circles of mystic intellectuals around this time and affects the behavior and beliefs of an ever-growing number of people. Now, there's four main and overlapping branches that developed during this period. You have the classical, or